Come and fly away with me. Come and fly away with me. Come and fly away with me.
Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel, and judging by the title, you guys already know I'm here with another story time. Okay you guys, I'm here with another story time. I know you guys love my story time. You've been telling me in my comments that you love the long story times, so I don't feel bad anymore for giving you guys the story nice, wet, and what? Motherfucking juicy. Okay, so y'all, the story starts off like this, and you guys know every time I say the story starts off like this, you know it's gonna be what? Some motherfucking drama, like, and you guys already see, the title. I'm talking about Bad Girls Club again, which means this is a group trip. Every time I say Bad Girls Club, that means it's a group trip. That means it's a whole bunch of girls in a house, like Bad Girls Club, right? But this time, you guys, we are in Miami. We're taking it way back. This is my very first group trip ever. I had never been on a trip with anyone outside of my mother before this trip, right? So how I didn't learn my lesson and continue to go on group trips, I don't know. But y'all, we went to Miami. Yes, that's right, the yams. Okay, and you guys already know, I don't know if you've seen it on Twitter threads or Instagram threads, but you guys know that 9 times out of 10 when girls go on a group trip to Miami, they do not come back friends. I don't know if it's a Miami curse, I don't know if it's a South Beach curse, I don't know what it is, but 9 times out of 10 a girl is not going to come back friends with one or all of the girls that she went on the trip with. I think that Miami is literally one of those places where there's just so much going on at once that if you don't have a solid relationship with the people that you're traveling with, it's bound to be mayhem in one way or another. So we're talking about South Beach, Miami, not now. Like now I know that they have all these like rules and regulations and stuff. I'm talking about years ago. This trip took place in like 2017, right? 2018, yeah, like around them type of times, right? So you guys already know I had got to get the full experience. So this is how the trip started off. This trip is about one main girl. Even though it was a group of girls, again, just like Bad Girls Club Aruba, I didn't even know the other girls that went on the trip. The other girls that went were the friends of the main person that I'll be speaking about. And now that I've brought her up, let me just give her a name right off the back. And I already know what I'm gonna name her. I'm gonna name her Liar, because all this girl ever did was lie. She was a pathological liar. She puts the pathological in liar. She lied for a living. She lied for no reason. She lied because her breath stinks. She lied because she was tired. She lied when she was hungry. She just a fucking liar. Okay, so let's take it way back, right? So we in 2017, 2018. I'm on Instagram. At that time I was designing, I was doing custom clothes designing, etc., and I was selling my services through Instagram. That was the main place that I marketed, right? I get a DM from a girl, Liar. She hits me up in my DM. She's like, hey, how are you? I just wanted to say I love your designs, I love your work. Do you remember me? We went to school with each other. We went to junior high school with each other. Yeah, you remember this teacher, that teacher. So I'm like, what's your name again? She's telling me her name. I'm looking at her profile. I don't know this girl. Like, I've never seen this girl before in my life. Like, and I'm a person that even if I don't remember names, I remember faces, right? So I'm like, her face doesn't even like ring a bell at all. But she's giving me information. But y'all, she's so slick, yo. She's giving me information, but it's kind of like, how psychics do. You ever go to a psychic and they're faking? So they give you like general information like, oh yeah, you lost a parent. Yeah. And it was your father. Like, it was kind of like that. Like, I was giving her context clues so I can find out like where I remember her from, and she was using that to be like, yeah, like I remember this teacher in this classroom. I'll tell you guys about that a little later on in the story, but just remember how we met. She hit me up on Instagram saying that we went to school with each other, and she wanted to congratulate me on my design business, and she also wanted to support me. She wanted to set an appointment to come in and have something custom made, right? So I didn't really pay attention to the knowing her part too much. I just knew I had a sale, I had a customer, so I was like, yeah, you know, come on through, make your appointments, whatever. At that time, I was sewing in my house. I used my mom's living room as a little design studio, which I would never do again. I would never sew from home again. I know it's very convenient and affordable to run your business at home, but it's not the safest thing to do. People do not need to know your address. People would dox you. People would stalk you. People would put you in danger. People should not know where you lay your head. Like, your friends and family, yeah, but like customers and strangers and people that you don't know from Adam from Eve, yeah, you should not be letting them in your house, not even for a service. So I had her come to my house. When she got to my house, she seemed very nice. She was very excited to see me. She actually came with her daughter. Her daughter was the sweetest little thing, the sweetest little girl. She was so advanced for her age. I think she was a toddler, but she spoke very well, and you can tell that she just was going to be such like a hell of a diva. Like, I loved it, right? So she makes an order for an outfit, but I realized like this girl wants more than an outfit, because she's inviting me out, she's being really nice to me, and come to find out, she didn't even live too far from me. She only lived a couple of streets from me away, right? Like a 5-minute walk. So, you know, I realized that she was kind of seeking a friendship. I had a bad habit of doing this where whenever people treated me really nice, because at that time I wasn't in touch with my discernment, so I couldn't spot wolves in sheep clothing, right? So as soon as you was nice to me, I gave you the benefit of the doubt and I fucked with you. So she was extra nice with me, so I was fucking with her. She was inviting me out. I started to go out with her. One thing she was doing was that she was always supporting my business. She was always ordering stuff, always buying stuff, promoting me. Like, she was riding for me. And the reason why I even became tapped in with her as friends was because at that time I didn't have a lot of people riding for me as far as like my design career and what I wanted to do. My friends didn't give a damn. They felt like, girl, you reaching for the stars and you ain't gonna make it. So it was nice to have somebody who was in my corner and rooting for me to win. So I started to slowly realize that this girl was a liar. Like, she was one of those people who, you ever feel like, I don't even know how to describe them, like, 'cause I wouldn't even say a narcissist, but one of those people who exaggerate things. Like, she would say things like she lived in like a huge apartment, owned this and that, and then when you actually go, it's like a roach filled 1-bedroom that's messy as hell and dirty. Like, I'm not saying that was her situation, but why am I so shady? Oh my gosh, I'm about to cut this part out, right? But I'm just saying, like, she would just cap a lot to make herself seem like she was that bitch, like she was that girl. When it came to like the social life and people that we knew and all this stuff like that, she would always make it seem like, yeah, I know so and so, I could plug you in, yeah, I'm that girl, I'm the connect. Y'all all know somebody like that. Like, I don't even have to drag out the explanation, y'all all know somebody like that. So she was something like that. And I realized that she was a huge liar when we finally went to the Miami trip, right? So we had a few outings and exchanges before Miami. She came to me a few months before Miami like, hey, there's gonna be Carnival Miami, do you want to go? Because she always saw that I used to go to the Carnival in New York, because I used to design the costumes for the West Indian Carnival down in New York. So she's like, girl, have you ever been to the Miami one? It's more lit. She was right, the Miami one is more lit. I'll add a picture right here to one of my Miami costumes. I designed that. Yeah, you guys, as far as pictures go, because this trip was so long ago, I cannot promise you I'm gonna have pictures and videos, but I will try to find them and add them. So now she tells me like, hey, yeah, we're going to Miami, I would love for you to come design all of my outfits, blah blah blah. With you designing my outfits, the trip is practically gonna pay itself. Please come through. I have 2 of my girls coming, so the other girls on the trip were her friends, right? So I had never met them prior to going to the trip, which I be doing dumb stuff like that. That's exactly what happened to me in Aruba. But it was kind of like, I didn't like it. I was impressed about going with people I didn't know, because that was my first girls trip. So I was like, all right, let's just go. Like, the people I do know ain't trying to go on no girls trip, so I'm out. So when we get to go into Miami, she makes the entire planning of the trip. Never let anyone plan your trip, plan where you're going. Even if like it's their birthday or it's their plan, whatever, make sure you're always involved. The scariest thing is to allow someone to plan your journey out of the state, out of the country, anywhere outside of your home. Period, point blank. So she planned the entire trip. She's telling me that, oh, you know, she booked a luxury penthouse, she did this, she did that, we got a drop top car, we got that. Like, she was one of those people that vanity was like her strong suit. Like, as long as she had vanity and she can throw it out there and throw it up there in people's face, then boom, she felt like she was okay. Even though her life was full of drama and bullshit and trash, vanity was what she desired. Like, she made sure she had the new designer, she made sure she had this, she made sure she had that, whatever. So I'm like, okay, we outside, we going to the games for Carnival. Like, you know, y'all know I love a good trip, passport mommy. Like, I love a good trip. So the trip time comes, she calls me the night before saying, hey, you know, I can't fly out tomorrow because I have to get my babysitter in order, but I'm gonna come out the following day. So I'm gonna call the room reservation and you can, you know, like check in, etc. So the way she did it is that she had paid for the whole trip because she planned it, and then we gave her the money, right? I would be lying to you if I knew what the split was, but I can't remember what the split was, right? But we gave her the bread. So she calls me and tells me like, oh, you know, like she'll put my name on the room because I'm the first person flying in. The other girls, one of them was flying in that night, another one was flying the next day with her. So I get to the Miami now, I touch down, I get to the hotel, I'm trying to check in. The concierge is like, yeah, you can check in, but there's a balance of $1,800 on your room. So I'm like, okay. Because I know we was in a group chat and I know everybody sent their bread for the spot. So how is it not paid for? He's like, well, yeah, you know, it was paid for. 50% of it was paid for. So I said, how much? He said 50%. So I said, how much was this place? This nigga talking about $3,600 in resort fee and all this different stuff. I'm like, Channel Star. Y'all, I think I was like, how old was I? Because that was like, what, almost 10 years ago? Like, I was young. I was probably like 22, like whatever. I wasn't trying to go stay in no $3,600 hotel room. Like, are you shitting me, bro? Like, $3,600, and I'm talking about, this is like pre-pandemic, so $3,600, it was a lot of money. Like, right now it's not because of inflation, but back then $3,600 for a 3-day stay at a hotel is wild. Like, are you shitting me? Like, because I don't remember us having our own rooms or anything, like when she was telling us about the planning, because we didn't. It was like literally like a bungalow with like 2 beds or whatever the case may be, right? 2 queen size beds, and it was the 4 of us. So I call her like, yo, liar, like the room is not finished paid for. Like, I thought we gave you the bread and I thought you situated that. She's like, oh no, my homeboy, he works for the hotel and he's supposed to be at the desk. I forgot to tell you, like, he's gonna handle your booking and he's gonna give you the money else. I'm like, all right, what's this homeboy name? Because the person that's in front of me is obviously not him. So like, what's this homeboy name? Oh, I'm gonna call you back, let me situate it. Yo, liar had me in that lobby with my suitcase for hours trying to figure this out. When it finally came down to it, liar was like, oh, she can't handle it until she come down tomorrow. So I told the man, I said, listen, I'm here, I got one more person coming. You said there's $1,800 down. Give us a space that's worth that amount of money, and when she come tomorrow, if she want to pay for the upgrade, whatever, we'll do that. Like, I'm a problem solver. Okay, I'm a problem solver. It worked out like that. Boom, it worked out. Boom. I was mad because I just felt like half my day was wasted just waiting in the lobby trying to situate something, when it's kind of like, it don't even gotta be like that. Like, we don't even gotta like fake the funk. If we're going out here to have fun, we can do that on a budget. We don't gotta flex. Honestly, I don't really like to flex with my own money. I like to flex with men money. I like to flex with the niggas money. I don't like to flex with my own money. Like, I will buy off brand, and when I'm with the guy, I will buy the actual brand. When I'm at Walmart shopping by myself, I'm going to buy great value. But if I'm with a nigga, he's gonna get me Lysol, bro. He's gonna get me Tide. He's gonna get me the name brand stuff. Let's just be honest. So, like, it was a little like, girl, like, you're doing too much. Like, you're trying to move like you're moving too high class for me right now. Relax. Like, sometimes you don't gotta do too much, like, to have fun. You know what I'm saying? So, noted. We switched the rooms. Next day she come, she did not upgrade the room. So I'm asking her, like, now we're in an even smaller hotel room because there's 4 of us, so now everybody's here on the trip. So I'm asking her, like, yo, so where is this hotel friend who's gonna do this? What's going on with blah blah with the extra money? I knew that we didn't give her $3,600 worth of the hotel fee, so I wasn't mad that we had to switch rooms, but it was just like, now we're all cramped up, and I just still felt like for $1,800 we could have found something with much more space that was much more convenient. But she wanted to stay like in like the luxurious, most high-end place on the Collins Strip, right? So boom, room situated. She's a fucking liar. We didn't let that ruin our trip. Now we go to get the car. We all chipped in for the car. When she came from the airport with the car, I seen she had like this little tiny ass drop top, like, you know them Camaros with the top back, a two-seater with a mini trunk. So I'm like, girl, we all gave you money for this car, so you come back with a two-seater, and where are we supposed to fit our luggages to go back to the airport? Like, how are we supposed to move around? Are we moving around just 2 people per person? Oh no, y'all can sit on the back of the drop top. Like, bitch, ain't nobody, what do you like? No, that's not happening like that. It was so weird because it was kind of like she was using all of our money to have herself this high class ass trip that was not functional. It was not functional for, it took 4 people money, but it was not functional for 4 people. You get what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? And it's like, girl, like, all you do is manipulate, lie, and motherfucking deceive. Because we didn't talk about getting this car. We talked about getting a Jeep. She was talking about, oh, the Jeep wasn't available. She wanted the drop top, blah, blah, blah. I wanted a nice little compact Jeep. You know, little regular looking car, the functional, the mommy cars. If I want to ride in a sports car, I can ride in the Nikki sports car, because they don't want to do stupid stuff like that. They don't want to go to Miami and rent somebody's luxury asset car that's not their asset, that's somebody else's asset, pours into somebody else's investment. Let them do that. Why are you doing that? Relax, calm down. And I feel like she used to do stuff like this to kind of like compensate, because I didn't think that she was a very confident girl, like confident in herself and confident in her looks, right? I'm not even gonna tap into that part, but that's how I felt like she used vanity and money to compensate. Okay, so we finally got the room, the car situated. It's not the most convenient situation, but it is what it is. Like, Like, it is what it's like. It's gonna be what it's gonna be. Y'all, we get to going to the parties now, right? The other two girls, they're not really bothering me. They're not watching me. They're not really saying much. They're her friends. I'm mostly interacting with her. The first event we're supposed to go to, you already know, is Miami Carnival. So they have all them feds where you don't powder, paint, etc. So that's the first party we go to. Like I said, she planned everything. So we had all gave her, I remember this now, we all gave her $40 for our tickets to go to, I think it was Mushka or throw paint or whatever them stuff is. We get to the front of the ticket line and niggas is asking us for our ticket. It's, mind you, it's the first official day on the trip we're going out. She's looking at her phone like, but all now we stand in the heat, she can't find no ticket. So she's talking about, oh, she bought the ticket on Eventbrite, but she can't find the email. So she's telling the guy like, oh no, I know this person, just tell them come to the door so we come in. So I'm like, girl, did you buy a ticket? Because you can, there's other ways we can find this ticket outside of your email. Like, there's other ways we can do this. Like, what name did you buy? Like, come on, like, let's make something work. Shorty is manipulating the fuck out of the situation to the point where the security guards is like, yo, move aside, you're not coming in, no ticket, no entry. Y'all. So we was out there sweating, never made it inside of the party, and Shorty had nothing but lies about this ticket that she supposedly purchased. I started to feel like, did this girl Ponzi scheme us? Like, I don't know this girl from a hole in the wall. She claims to know me. The only good thing that's coming out of this girl is the fact that she literally has been spending money in my business and purchasing from me. But this trip is starting to feel like a fucking scheme that Todd set up, right? So I'm like, what's really tea? Like, what's really going on? Mind you, y'all, we really had to drive through Miami that way with two of us sitting on the back, two of us sitting inside of the car. Like, that's really how we was moving around. I wasn't sitting on the back. I sat in the passenger seat at all times because that's dangerous. I don't want to drive like that. That's so fucking weird. Like, especially when we was on the highway, the cops stopped us and told us that we cannot drive that way, and we end up having to like literally squish, like, even though it's a two-seater, there's a little tiny space in the back. Two girls had to squish, like, sit long way down the back just for us to get back home. Yeah, I was over it. I was motherfucking over it. So we on this trip now, and we didn't get into Mushka, but there's other parties and other stuff happening that night. So we all get dressed up to go to this other party. I'm like, let's take an Uber because we all want to drink. We all want to get like fucked up. We don't need to drive. At the end of the day, the only two people that knew how to drive was me and Liar. The other two girls didn't have licenses. So I was like, I don't want to be a designated driver. And Liar, she said she didn't want to be a DD either. So we took an Uber. So we get to this party. She said that we have a section. How she already got us a section. She got us hooked up, etc., etc. So I'm like, okay, yeah. At that time, it was my first time kind of like tapping into like sections and all that stuff. Even though I'm not really one of those type of girls. Like, I don't like going to parties and being in sections and doing all that extra stuff. It just be weird. Like, it's a weird vibe for me. I don't like it. So I'm excited, like, you know, to do this. So y'all, we get to the motherfucking party, right? This time she had made us buy our tickets personally on our links, and she told us when we get there we would have a section just for us to give her cash there. Me, I'm thinking like, yo, thank God that I didn't give her cash yet for this event. I don't know if the other two girls did, but when we get there, we all scan our tickets to go in. Now she telling us to wait. She gonna go see her friends about the section. We waiting there for her, bro. When we come back, she brings us to this, it's not a section, it's a little table with like 20 people standing around it, one hookah, like maybe 2 bottles, and the people is looking at us like we're crazy, like, who the hell is these bitches coming up in here taking our drinks, taking up space? Like, they were not welcoming at all. I'm like, girl, are these your friends? Because they don't look like they want us here. She's like, yeah, chill, relax, just be cool, like, everything is good, everything is a vibe. So I'm like, I'm uncomfortable. So now I start realizing what the program is with her. I start realizing, like, nah, this girl cannot be trusted. I cannot be just trusting this girl with my money, my time, my space, like, period. This girl's funky. So I knew some people that I knew were coming out for Carnival. So I hit them up on Instagram like, hey, you out here? I'm out here, whatever. What are you trying to do? I'm trying to go out, etc. So the people like, yeah, tomorrow we going to this, pull up. I'm like, oh, I'm going there too. So I tell Liar that I gotta hook up at the party we going to tomorrow, whatever. So pull up. So she ain't like that, because now it's like I'm stepping on the connection toes. Like, oh bitch, wait, you got connections? No, I'm the only one who got connections. No bitch, you're not the only one who get connections, bitch. I'm just humble, okay? And I'm not a manipulator or a user. So when I do call somebody up for something, they got me, okay? Okay, all right. So my homeboy tells me to pull up to this party. She told me she know my homeboy, because my homeboy is like, the only reason I know him is from a family friend. And I didn't even know he was so popular in the party scene, but apparently he was very popular in the party scene. So she said she knew him. So I'm like, all right, cool. Then if you know him, he invited us on stage, like, we can go, we out. So we get to the party the next day. We're in general admission. I text my homeboy. He like, yeah, you don't see me on the far left, come up, pull up. So I'm telling her like, yo, come with me and the rest of the girls. So we go to the stage. I get on the stage. I'm dancing, I'm flexing. I might have a video here, I don't know, I might put it up, right? I'm flexing on the stage, etc. So I'm telling my homeboy like, hey, yeah, you know Liar, like whatever, from Brooklyn, whatever the case may be. He like, nah, I don't know you, but I'm so and so, nice to meet you. And she introduced herself right back and just act like, I'm looking like, you made it seem like this was your best friend. She was talking about how she used to throw parties with him. Like, I wasn't a part of the party scene, so whatever she told me, there was nothing for me to debunk. Like, I didn't know these things, so whatever she told me, I just took it with a grain of salt. And I'm not about to go investigate him. Like, you still parties with her and stuff. I don't know him like that either. So the fact that they're introducing themselves and he clearly said, no, I don't know you, I'm like, what the fuck? Like, this girl is really a liar. Like, all she does is lie. This is scary. This is fucking scary. So after the event is over, the boy invites me out to some private thing he having at his, like, his own personal stuff with his friends, right? But he told me I can't bring a lot of people to space that's small. I can just come by myself. So there was, Liar said she had plans to go to the strip club with some niggas she know and this and that. I knew that the plan was probably bogus and I didn't want to go. So I told them like, hey, I'm gonna go check my homeboy. I'm not really finna, like, you know what I'm saying, like, come with y'all to the next spot. He, you know what I'm saying, etc. She fell away. So I'm like, girl, it's really not that deep. Like, we're adults, we're not tied at the hip. Oh no, you're leaving us, blah blah blah. Like, girl, it's 3 of y'all still going to the event. I don't want to go to that event. I don't even know where I'm going. It seems like everywhere you take us there's a surprise. I'm tired of surprises and I want to go hang out with him and I can't bring more people. Like, relax, like, calm down, like, give me my space, y'all. She was like, oh, well, since you want to go hang out with him, then make him bring you back to the hotel room. Like, so I'm just like, okay, bitch, so fuck you then. Like, so I got to ride with him and I went back to the hotel room to change, right? So he's waiting for me and he's in the outside of, like, the parking lot stuff waiting for me. So I go in, while I'm inside of the hotel changing, I don't know if I said Airbnb, but it's not Airbnb, it's hotel. I'm inside the hotel changing and she comes in with the other girls. Y'all, she comes in and she's watching me change and she's like, oh, well, so what are y'all gonna do? Like, she's interrogating me. Then she's gonna have the nerve to say, well, don't you have a boyfriend? And I'm like, girl, yeah, that's none of your business. Like, why are you so consumed? Why are you so worried about that? I'm a grown-ass woman. I paid my way to be here. I want to go hang out with him. Leave me alone. Mind your business. Like, oh, well, where y'all going to? What are y'all doing that's so private that we can't come? Like, trying to make it seem like I'm going to do something sneaky. Actually, girl, this man, he's having a private occasion. People are allowed to have that. It wasn't like it was the middle of the night and me and him were going for a sneaky link. Like, we were literally going out. Like, it was still like 7-8 o'clock in the night or something like that, right? It wasn't like we were gonna do any type of sneaky link. But even if we was gonna do a sneaky link, that's not your business. Like, that's not your jurisdiction. Like, you're not my mommy. Don't try to parent me. Stop watching me. You're watching face. I hate people who watch face. So I'm ignoring her. I get dressed. I don't have no beef with her. I'm just a little annoyed with her right now. So I leave the hotel room. I'm walking, I'm calling him, and I'm talking to him. And I'm asking him where he's at. He's telling me where he pulled up to. So he's on the phone with me still. And he's like, ain't that your friend from the party? I thought I told you I didn't want nobody to come. I'm like, nah, I'm coming by myself. I didn't bring nobody. I look back and it's a liar following me. So I stopped, like you forgot, like, will you need me for something? She's like, no, I just wanted to see where is this you're going to and stuff. Like, this is just weird, blah, blah, blah. Like, she's following me, bro. So I start getting an attitude with her, like, I don't like what you're doing. Like, you're really making me feel uncomfortable. You're making me feel not at ease right now. Can you just ease up? Like, just ease up, please. Like, it was really giving me, like, it was making me irritated because I felt like I was spending a lot of money. Things were very complicated. And this girl's a liar. Now that I want to have some fun and do my own thing, it's not like me and her were best friends or anything like that. She's following me and she's making this very uncomfortable. So I get in the car and she literally follows me to the car and she's standing at the car window and she's telling the guy, she's like, hi, so where y'all going? Like, trying to act. I'm like, yo, can you just drive, bro? Because she was irritating the fuck out of me. So he drove. When I get back to the hotel room, he bring me home the next day. I get back to the hotel room. The hotel room is a motherfucking zoo. Like, I know it was getting messy because it was all of us girls there, but it was insane. It was a motherfucking zoo. I'm a person, I'm neat and organized with my stuff. I'm not saying that my room is always clean. Like, right now my room looks a little crazy, but tomorrow's my cleaning day. I only clean one day throughout the week. Everything can stay a mess unless it's like I need something spilled, but I'm not cleaning like every day. So I'm like, okay, like the hotel room is messier than I thought it was. What the hell happened in here? But nobody's in the hotel room. So I call Liar and I'm like, oh, where y'all at, whatever the case may be. And she's like, oh, well, since you wanted to be with your boo, we went and did our own thing too. So I'm like, girl, we literally all have plans today. Like, we all had events to go to like that afternoon. So I'm like, how did you leave already and go? And she's like, oh, well, why don't you make him take you? And I'm just like, bitch, if you don't get the fuck back here, because I paid for that car too. Like, you're not the, and that's one thing you have to learn to, like, say you splitting and you split in a rental and y'all paying for the car, put your name as a registered driver for that rental as well, because whoever name and credit card is on file is who's liable for the car and in charge of it. So even though your money went into it, you have no jurisdiction over it. So she was using that against me, because I was basically like, you can't just leave and expect me to just find my own way after I put money in for this car. Not only did I put money in for this car, I put gas in this car every day since we've been on this trip too. I've been putting money into my transportation already. Now you're telling me to figure out how I'm gonna get around, and you got the car. Y'all, once she said that, I was done. I was like, nah, I'm not staying on a trip. I'm not staying on a trip with them. The hotel room is a pigsty. The other two girls, good thing they weren't giving me any drama, but they were her friends and they were just minions behind her. They weren't saying or doing much, but she was just running their show and she was not finna run mine. So I hit up my homeboy and I told him what was going on. He was like, yo, they got a room in my spot if you want to come stay. At that time, him and his friends had a huge Airbnb house. So I was like, yeah, I only got one more day left on the trip, like, you know what I'm saying? So if you want, like, can I come, or whatever the case may be. So I'm like, yeah, let's go, we out. You know what I'm saying? I already told y'all, I got pretty privilege, okay? And I use it. Like, and no, don't think that I'm sitting here like doing something strange for a piece of change. You can get things by just being beautiful. You can get men to respect you, spend money on you, give you things, whatever. And yes, at the time I did have a boyfriend, but I was not cheating on my boyfriend. I was just experiencing the perks of being a pretty gal. Oh wait, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, type of thing, right? So I go to his Airbnb to stay with him. I don't tell Liar nothing. That night to that next morning, she's calling my phone down, calling me down. I finally text her back like, hey, you know what I'm saying, I'm not coming back, I'm staying with I'm staying with, I'm not even gonna name him, I'm staying with him for the rest of the trip. Y'all, she was not jacking that. She started, like, she wasn't cursing me out, but she was talking to me like I have audacity and nerve. I'm like, girl, I'm not taking nothing away from you. You got the car, you doing what you want with the car. The hotel is already paid for. If anything, y'all got one less body on the bed. Y'all can seat more comfortably. We don't got any more events that we need to go to together. There was nothing that was left that was prepaid for. Like, we can absolutely disconnect. You're a liar. I don't want to be around you, and I don't like the way you're moving with me. Like, I didn't tell her all that, but I didn't want to make it like extra, because I wasn't mad. Like, I wasn't pissed off for her. I just didn't like what was going on. And the car situation had blue minds, because I felt like she was trying to disrespect me, like play me for, like, girl, like, I drive back at home, and now you come here and you're trying to run me like I'm your minion. I'm not your minion. I'm not your minion, baby girl. Like, I have a mind of my own. I do, like, that's why I solo trip now, because can't about that. So I'm not saying much with her, because I'm not trying to argue back with her. I go out with this is my last night, and I go out with my little, you know, boo thing there. So we go out to a party. Lo and behold, Liar and her friends is at this event. But I'm actually in the section. I'm in the bungalow up high with DJ, all that stuff like that. And I see them in the crowd. So he telling me like, oh, you want your friends to come up here? I'm like, nah, we not friends. I don't want them to come up here. Like, I'm good. Like, you know what I'm saying? If that's your friend, you want her to come up here. He's like, nah, I don't know her. That's your friend. So she watching me the whole time, trying to get my attention. She's waving at me. I'm ignoring her the whole time. When we leaving the party now, she taps me to talk to me, and she was just like, oh, that's wild, crazy how you spent the whole party up there and you didn't say nothing to me, you didn't say nothing to us, so we all came here together. I was like, girl, we've already traded our words. At this point, I feel like you're dragging a situation that doesn't need to be dragged. Enjoy your trip. Enjoy your trip. We're gonna flight back home now. It was so awkward because she had the same flight as me. Like, she had the different flight coming in, but she had the same returning flight. So we in an airplane, and she's talking to me like nothing has happened. Like, and that's what I respect about her though, because she's one hell of a manipulator. Like, she could be feeling a way towards you, but she will still play platonic as long as she's trying to get something. So she was trying to have normal conversation with me, like, oh, so how was my trip, and how was my last night, and blah blah blah. I wasn't really giving her too much. I was just keeping it real cute with her. There's a reason for everything. We get back to New York. I'm thinking everything is all cute and dandy. I think it's like 2 days since the trip has passed now. Me and her have barely spoken. I know that she hit me up. I probably didn't hear her back up right away or something like that. My boyfriend comes home. At that time, I was staying at my boyfriend's house. My boyfriend comes home, and he's like, oh, I just ran into Liar. And I'm like, oh, really? Yeah, whatever the case may be. He was like, yeah. She has some interesting things to say about y'all Miami trip. Did everything go good? Like, you didn't tell me y'all had issues out there, because I didn't really make a big deal. I didn't come back home and tell my boyfriend everything that was going on. Of course not, because then I would have to include other information. So I'm like, nah, nothing happened, whatever. He was like, yeah, she told me that you met a guy out there and you stayed out there with him for most of the trip and all this stuff like that. I'm like, why everybody always snitching on me? Like, that's why, listen, when you do your dirt, you do it by yourself. You don't bring anybody along. You can't bring people when you're robbing a store. You can't bring people when you're stealing. You can't bring people when you're cheating. You can't bring people when you're doing anything, bro, because they're liable to snitch. Why? I don't know. I've never knew something about somebody and went and told their significant other. That's not my business, and that's not my place. Unless it's my friend and you're doing me wrong. But my boyfriend is not your friend. You don't know him. So why the hell would you see him in the street and tell him that information, bro? I was so livid. So I called her and texted her and cursed her the hell out. I sure did. Y'all, she came to my house that night with her daughter, crying, talking about, oh, she didn't mean for things to end up like this. And y'all, I was mad mean to her. Like, I said some mean things to her, and I felt like she was trying to guilt trip me because she knew I had a soft spot for her daughter by bringing her daughter there. And I was talking to her on the phone while she was at my front door. Like, I could see her from my window at the front door with her daughter. Mind you, I remember that night so vividly. It was raining. She was at the front door with the umbrella with her daughter, and she was on the phone, and she was crying and apologizing. And I told her, I was like, you and your daughter could stand out there in the rain for all I care. You're not coming in here. You're dead to me. Don't talk to me. Don't say nothing to me. You're done. Like, it's done. Y'all, eventually she walked away and she left, and me and Liar never saw each other or spoke to each other again. I don't know what happened to her. I didn't care what happened to her, but I just felt like, you're not about to sit here and play with me and play with my life and do whatever you want because you feel like you have jurisdiction over my life. I hate when people feel like, let people do what they want to do. Leave people alone. That's all I'm trying to say. Like, not even I hate that they feel like, leave people alone. That's what I need to learn, to leave people alone. You see me? I leave people alone. I don't bother people. I don't. There's no reason to. Leave people the fuck alone. What's even more scary is that when I was checking in and the information listed under the booking was for her originally, so I got the paperwork for the check-in, and I'm looking at her age, and she was 4 years older than me. So I'm 30 now, so now she's 34. So I'm like, do you know high school is only 3 years? You get what I'm saying? It's only 3 years. So there's no way me and her could have crossed paths with each other from 6th to 8th grade. 6th, 7th, 8th. If you're 4 years older than me. There's absolutely no way, and that shit creeped me the fuck out because I'm just like, yo, this girl probably, and that's why you're not supposed to share. I always cut off my sentence, but what I'm trying to say is that you're not supposed to share too much information online because she probably seen that I was posting with schools I went to, and then she went there too, but she went there in a different year, and then she just used that as like an entryway, like, oh yeah, I'm just use that as an entry point to let my guard down, because she already know, had she come to me as just straight a stranger, she probably wouldn't have been able to get as close. So she needed something to relate to me to, because I'm like, how are you 4 years older than me? Even if I was a freshman and you were a senior, impossible. You've never crossed paths. That's too much. That's too much. That would mean that when I was 13, I was in the 8th grade. I was in the 8th grade at the age of 13. I didn't turn 14 until I got to 9th grade. So when I was 13 and you're 4 years older than me, you mean to tell me that you were 17? You were practically a high school senior. There was no way that we could have been in the same school. Absolutely no way. So y'all, I'm just happy that I got this girl out of my life before she caused any damage, because that is so weird to just meet people that would just lie and manipulate anything to their advantage. And this was a quick and short story time. I know my story times are usually longer, but I love to give y'all scenarios about what I've been through, if it can help you guys catch red flags sooner rather than later. I'm a person that it took me a long time to start catching red flags. Like, I put myself in a lot of dangerous situations missing red flags, and I just wish that I knew the things that I know now back then, because oh hell nah. Like, God has been guiding me for me to be still safe and in one piece after all the trauma I've experienced. But let me know, you guys, if you ever had a bad trip to Miami. I know people have had worse trips to Miami. This is not the craziest one ever. I think the worst thing that happened to me was that she put a wedge in my relationship, because I felt like after she put those cheating allegations out, that was the beginning to the 7-year downfall. Like, my relationship was 7 years long, but that was the beginning of the end. Literally, it was like that green lighted a whole lot of BS. Like, so even though the story may sound like she didn't do a lot of damage, a lot of the damage came afterwards, after the things that she decided to do. So if y'all ever had a girls trip that went wrong in Miami and the yams were friendships go to die? Drop the story down in the comments below. And if you're not going to do anything else, you guys, make sure you shop my website, shop.harasnyc.com. I'm going to be uploading a new item this week on my site, and it's actually Carnival friendly. But yes, you guys, if you're not going to do anything else, like, comment, and subscribe, and make sure you pour into your butt motherfucking self. Thank you guys. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.